guys. So, it's been a long week. Pleased to tell you that I'm feeling much more myself now. I feel so much better. After a week of struggling, I feel completely myself again. So that's good. I thought today, well, first I want to start by showing you a few things, because why not? And then I thought I'd talk you through a day in the life of me. I thought I'd talk you through how today was, because today's had its emotional ups and downs. Like, it's been a good day. Every day has emotional ups and downs. But I feel like, I don't know, maybe that would be helpful for some people to know that actually, even though I'm, in an okay place, I still struggle. So first I want to start with, last night I had this madly impulsive thought to make a mood chart. I had one in my old unit and I ended up ripping it up, to be fair. But I made one and I'm pretty impressed with it. It's not anything special. So green is absolutely fine. Yellow is I'm feeling a bit flat but I'm safe. Red is I may end up self-harming. Remind me of my coping strategies, which I showed you my coping strategies posted the other day, guys. Remember that? I'm safe in my room. And then red is I'm feeling suicidal or down, like I may have an impulsive suicidal urge. Take me out of my room until bedtime and then follow safety plan. I have a nighttime safety plan that I also came up with because I struggle at night a lot when I am struggling. So yeah, it's for green. It's usually green, orange, red, but I feel like I had to add yellow in for me because I have flat days where I'm completely safe, but people think that I'm not, and then they're like, oh my god, and I'm like, I'm okay. So yeah, today we're on green. Well, not today, now we're on green. It changes obviously throughout the day. Also another thing I wanted to show you. So lately I've started doing like baking and stuff. I've never been keen on that. I feel like it was a disordered thing, my fear of learning to make foods. And trust me, the fear is not gone. But I kind of got to the point where I know that I need to do it. I know that I need to eat. And, in my life, I'm going to have to start making things for myself to eat. It's hard. But, that's recovery. You've got to fight through it. So I think the housekeepers, I won't say any names because obviously private and confidential, but the housekeepers made me a recipe book based on things that I like. Well, they bought me a notepad and then put some things in it. So put Steph's fab recipe, of course, because it's me. And then the recipe and method of how to make the man. He makes a awesome trifle. It's the best. So, yes. And then they put in something else that he makes. It's amazing. He's really good, like, chef. She is too. She is amazing. Trust me. I just want to take them home. Yeah, so they put things in here that they know that I like. And then I can add to it. So, yeah, that really touched me. That really made my day. And they gave it to me today. That's really sweet. Because I've been in this specific hospital a few times now. So I know them. I've known them for a few years. So, yeah, that's really nice of them. I suppose for them it's nice to see me coming out of my shell, because when they first met me I was on a meal plan and I was really struggling, and then I've always had this big fear of, I never went into the cookery groups or anything. Like, this admission, obviously I'm in a better place than I have been before. And for them, I suppose it's quite amazing to see how different I am. How I am different to my illness. Like, now they see me more than they see my illness. They're lovely. So, yeah. So, a day in the life of me. You might have to excuse me, I'm on 10-minute check, so someone might come in. Long story. So, how does a day start for me? I suppose at 8 o'clock, staff come in my room, wake me up. It's usually 7:30, then I snooze till like 8. But the past couple of days they've woken me up at 8, and then I've carried on and done the snoozing. So now I'm coming. Right, sorry, where were we? Snoozing. But yeah, I do like my sleep. Yeah, so usually I'm awake and up and about by 8, half 8 at the latest. I don't do breakfast. I don't know why. I always seem to wake up with the thoughts of, I'm not going to eat today. But I don't always, I hardly ever go through with it these days. I feel like I'm doing well, keeping on top of eating every day. My phone just did something weird. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, so I get dressed, do my eyeliner and everything, my hair, just stick it up. And then at 9 o'clock is community meeting on the Dragonfly unit. Basically, we all just sit in a circle and say if we've got any issues or anything. So it's where we can bring up, like, if something's broken. So, like, something in our shower is running too hot or something. Or if there was one recently, one of the programs that was being put on, still, Food Network keeps being on the TV. And even I find that quite difficult, and I'm not one of the girls that's on a meal plan. So that's where we bring that sort of stuff up. We set a goal for the day, which I think is good. It's hard sometimes, especially that early in the morning. It's like, come on, I don't know what I'm doing today. And then after community meeting, we go up to education, which is like, it's still part of the building, but it's like a completely different section. It feels different, so it's not as if we're patients, but students. And obviously, it is more safe than a normal school, but it feels different, which is really helpful, I think. I think it's good. Obviously, they get a handover and everything. They know what's going on. If anyone's had any incidents or is struggling, or, they know that. And the staff up there are lovely. They are so amazing. And then first lesson. So today, first lesson was English. At the moment, we're doing Macbeth. Yay. I don't really understand Shakespeare talk. I haven't been to school for 3 years, so I didn't really do much Shakespeare. We did Much Ado About Nothing in year 8. Which, again, I wasn't there for the whole thing. I remember bits. I don't remember the storyline. We went and watched it at the Globe Theatre, but I can't tell you what Much Ado About Nothing is about. Nothing, I guess. Yeah, and then we had, it was meant to be science, but because there was, this week was Careers Week at Attic, which is the school company thing, I don't know. So we had 2 people come in from a college of some sort. That was good actually. I found that really useful and I feel like I want to go there. Then, so second lesson. What did we actually do? Because my group went and did baking, but I do one-to-one baking, so I did that yesterday. So we did... Oh, I think I wrote a poem for the memorial thing that we're doing on Sunday. So yeah, that's education. Then it's lunchtime, which today I had my cooking session with one of the support workers and I made a tuna pasta salad, which was amazing. I was really impressed with that. It was really nice. But I don't need to put that like in my diary, my book, my recipe notepad, because that's literally, you just chuck what you want in there. Hold on, somebody's coming. False alarm, she's gone again. That was not 10 minutes, was it? Yeah, so I made my own lunch today, which, like I said before, that used to be a big struggle, so I'm finding that really useful. Then after lunch was education when the people come in from the college, and I found that really useful. Then after that was psychotherapy group, and I'll be honest, I didn't go. I didn't go. Because this week I was on hour leave, so checked once an hour, which is general obs here. Because I've had a difficult week, I'm on 6 checks an hour at the moment, and I made an obs reduction plan like they asked me to, and the doctors aren't here today, not tomorrow, so I have to wait till Monday. And I'm like, I do not think that's fair. Like, they asked me to do something and then, like, I'm not blaming anyone, I'm not, because they deserve their days off and whatever, but I'm just like, well, that means I can't go out because I'm on more intense obs checks. So I have to wait till Monday before I can even talk about reducing my obs. And I'm supposed to be taking my little brother to the cinema on Friday, and not tomorrow, but next Friday, which would have been okay if they had have started this week like they were supposed to, and then kind of messed it up. So anyway, that upset me. And I just didn't want to go and sit in a room full of people. Psychotherapy group was supposed to all sit there and just talk. It's like our safe space. So if we have any issues with each other or whatever, it's our safe space, or with staff or anything. Which basically we all just sit there in silence for 45 minutes. I think it's a group that depends on what kind of people you've got in. And the group of people that are here now, we just don't need that. We don't find that useful. If we have an issue, we sort it out in community meeting and move on, you know. Then that finishes at 4:30, so then we've got an hour free time before dinner at 5:30. Then dinner at 5:30. Then at like 6, 6:15, depending on like when people have finished their dinner, we have community meeting. Which again is just for the end of the day, so to see if we've met our goals from the morning, any issues, same sort of thing. Well, it is the same thing. We find a positive of the day as well, which again I think that's quite useful. Then after community meeting, some days there's a group at 7 till 8. Like, it changes based on the day and the week. Today was discussion group, which I don't go to. I go to the creative writing group, which is every other week, so next week's creative writing group. And I don't even go to that, I run that. I told you about that before. Then 8 till 8:30, the staff are in handover, so the day staff are handing over to the night staff. So all the patients have to be in the lounge because there's less staff on the ward. Because all the other staff are in handover, so we have to all stay in the lounge, which is also supper time. And today, I was craving Frosties, so I said, you know what? I don't usually do supper. Again, that's kind of a disordered thing if I'm honest, but I thought, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself. I'm gonna let myself have Frosties because I want Frosties. And then I sat down, and I have to wait for my Frosties to go soggy. So I sit there for like 15 minutes, just like putting them in, like squishing them into the milk until they go soggy. And in that 15 minutes, one of the other girls here, she'd refused her supper. And I'm not going to say too much because it's personal, you know, but she refused her supper. And it just made me feel really bad about myself because the honest fact about it is that she is smaller than me. And I know that means, like, I know you can tell just by looking at her that she's like, oh wow, she's really poorly, and I don't, you know, if I could take it away and make her, you know, better, I would. Like, it's nothing against her, I love this girl to bits. But I just couldn't do it. Because it just makes me think, if someone like that won't eat because, like, of what they think of themselves, what must they think about me? Which is, again, disordered thoughts. And, you know, they're not true. They're not real thoughts. Well, they are real thoughts, but they're not my thoughts. They are my eating disorder's thoughts. You know, and that's not how people really think. I don't know. Mental illness are weird things. And they don't really make much sense. But yeah, and then that's a day in the life of me. And I feel okay, even though I struggled at supper and didn't manage to have my supper even though I wanted it. It's, you know, I feel like that's going to be the same for the rest of my life. I'm never going to not feel the same way that I do now about food. I'm always going to have a bad relationship with food because it doesn't just go away, because even if I'm managing it, it's still, you know, them thoughts are still going to be there. But it does get easier, Someone's coming. Again. Oh. I hate 10-minute checks. Yeah, it does get easier though. I promise you, like, this time last year, I was in Manchester on the tube, being restrained and NG tube fed, you know, because I just couldn't manage. And now I'm managing, and I'm not, you know, I'm in control more now. I still struggle, I still have bad days, bad weeks. Hold on. Back. I had to take my meds. I don't know how much sense this video is even going to make because I've done it in 4 separate parts. So yeah. So the moral to the story is, you know, I still struggle. I don't think I'll ever not struggle. But it's not about not struggling, it's about managing it. That's what recovery is, managing. And You'll get there. We're all gonna get there. I swear I said this in my last video, but it's true and I can't stress it enough. Because I know that, you know, even earlier this week, I felt like giving up on myself. Because in that moment, you can't see anything else but the darkness, the hopelessness and stuff, but there is more to it than that. There is. This has been quite a deep video. I think that's enough for today. That's even if I get it right, because now I've got to try and put all 4 pieces together to upload the video. We'll see how that goes. I'm not very good at technology. Thank you for watching. Feel free to ask any questions or leave any comments. Go for it. Feel free to subscribe. Yeah. Don't ask what that was about. I don't know.